Greetings YouTube. Today we're looking at a Smith & Wesson dagger. I picked this up, I think it was at Tractor Supply. I'm not positive on that. I think I got it on sale. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't a lot. I think it was under 10 bucks. It says 7CR 17 MOV high carbon stainless steel blade, TPR handle. I don't know what TPR handle means. Nylon fiberglass sheath, and there's a bunch of gobbledygook in the back here. Obviously made in China. It came with this bead chain, so you can carry it as a neck knife, and I just kind of woven in and out there because I like that aesthetics. Though you can carry it as a belt knife as well. I just think that this is kind of suited to a neck knife setup, in my opinion. So here we go. The sheath is nice quality, very secure. I've had absolute little tiny bit of rattle as far as this direction is concerned, but in this direction, less. But all you're hearing is the bead there, so when you're actually shaking it, you're fine. Getting out of here, it's a nice press. It's not a snap, but it's a press. And I actually have worn it, and you can pull down and get the knife to come out, though I would be concerned that the chain little eyelet thing might give on that. So I think you'd be better off just to do a press on that. So here you go, and this is the part of their HRT line. I have another HRT knife over there on my bookshelf. And what are they calling this thing? The SWHRT3BF. It has a ambidextrous design as far as that's concerned. It looks very similar. However, this is a single-edged knife. But when you're drawing this, you want to treat it like a double-edged blade. Why? Because you can't initially tell when drawing it which direction you have the edge. Now, if you are the only person that's dealing with this knife, maybe you will always draw it exactly the same way. But there's nothing. Who knows if this thing gets twisted around your neck when you're not paying attention? Less likely if you're wearing this under something. Obviously, if you had this under a shirt, under a polo, a sweatshirt, or a sweater or something, so that you can't initially see this thing as a self-defense device, this probably not going to twist on you. But still, when you're removing this from that sheath, be careful. Obviously, always make sure you know your edge direction. Obviously, if you're carrying it as a belt knife or boot knife, that's going to be less of a problem because that's not going to be moving on you. You could use this for general everyday some tasks. It came out of the package with a reasonably sharp edge. Make a heck of a letter opener. But let's be honest, this is a dagger, and it's designed for thrusting. This has it's a hollow grind, but it's very subtle. It's almost a flat. The diameter of the wheel that they used for this was very large because it's hollow, but it's very, very subtle. So I kind of approve of that overall fact. Again, I'm not a big hollow grind fan. But as far as the center spine is it looks pretty decent. It looks pretty even. I find it aesthetically pleasing. And I've kind of been in a dagger mood. In fact, I purchased this one before I bought that M-Tech, because you were probably, if those regulars on my channel will have already seen the M-Tech review. Those who have not, go look at the M-Tech dagger. But I got this one first because I was kind of in a dagger mood. Then I encountered the M-Tech dagger, and I bought that one as well because, again, sometimes you're in a mood for a particular design, and that's what you buy. The handle, which is again called TPR, I don't know. It has it's slightly rubbery feeling. It has a very slight give, very slight, but I find it really quite comfortable. I feel it feels really secure in my hand. In a way that if the handle were made out of a hard material like this, it wouldn't, because this is very smooth. But this has a nice little texture to it, and I'm really quite happy with that. And this is not quite just barely a full 4-finger grip. I have fairly small hands, though that last one isn't doing much. But nice little self-defense tool. Again, this is for thrusting. It is not going to be much else. I don't think you can be doing a lot of slashing with this, though I guess you could. But if you're carrying something like this for self-defense, maybe you should just run. Because you're going to have to get really up close and personal with somebody with something like this. But there are people out there who are properly trained, and maybe they will appreciate this kind of a design. I am not that kind of a person. I am not properly trained. I am crazy enough to be willing to use a knife in that kind of situation, but I would prefer to avoid the situation entirely. I have a really good sense of danger radar, and I've gotten pretty good at moving myself away from said danger long before those situations have boiled over. So overall, a nice little knife, particularly if you can pick it up on a bargain like I did. I don't know if Tractor Supply is still carrying this. This may have been a seasonal thing, or 1 year, I'm not sure. It was in their discount section, so maybe it's something that's no longer carried. But you're very likely be able to still find this on Amazon or something like that. And if you are a fan of the other HRT knives in that line, you could very well like this one as well. So for the price, nice sheath, good overall design. Make sure you know what direction the edge is in so you don't hurt yourself. Treat it like a double edge even though it's a single. And I hope you enjoy it.